The heat is on in Telangana as the battle for Telangana on the 30th of November. The state votes and it's inching closer. Joining us this evening, Ram Mohan Reddy of the Congress Party, Putta Vishnuvardhan Reddy of the BRS. We hope to be joined by the BJP spokesperson shortly, but the two Reddys on the panel ready for a political slugfest. Also with us, my colleague Uma Sudhir. My first question to you, Mr. Putta Vishnuvardhan Reddy. The BRS seems to be facing the heat. Your response to the allegations that have been made by the Congress Party?
Give me a couple of minutes before I start speaking about Rahul Gandhi's visit today. Through you, I want to let the rest of the country know what Kaleshwarm project is all about. As you rightly said, it is the world's largest.
Sir, we don't have time for a long political speech, sir. We have time for quick responses.
Okay, let me tell you that today's visit by Rahul Gandhi, he made the joke out of himself. Now, we all know a person who is aspiring to be the future Prime Minister of India, he can't be so naive. I would like to just show to the audience a photograph, a picture of, what Mr. Rahul Gandhi has posted on his Facebook page and Twitter today of a expansion joint. And he claims it to be a crack in the Kaleshwaram project on the barrage. So help me understand, if a person who doesn't know what an expansion joint is and calls an expansion joint on the bridge, which is very commonly seen, the reason why an expansion joint is laid on a barrage or a bridge is to make sure that is to prevent the cracks from appearing and also to distribute the weight and the stress of the bridge into different sections. Now, this is a part of the engineering design that is everywhere across the world. Now, the hush, making a mountain out of a molehill, blowing things out of proportion. It seems that the Congress party, especially Mr. Rahul Gandhi, is in a hurry because the Congress has lost its team. All the surveys are predicting that the wind is clearly blowing towards the BRS party. They just want to mint and gain additional political brownie points by showing that there is some damage. Let me remind you, earlier there were barrages that were built, whether it's the Dhavaleshwaram barrage, whether it's the Arthur Cotton barrage, whether it is the Farakka barrage in West Bengal, or the Prakasham barrage in Andhra Pradesh. All these barrages had a disturbance in their peers in their earlier years. But that doesn't mean that these projects are of no use and the money is wasted and that it is a dead end. So it's part of the normal engineering process that these things are seen, and it's got nothing to do with what Congress is claiming.
Mr. Ram Mohan Reddy, you are turning a prestigious project into a political victim for political gimmicks during election season. That's the accusation back at the Congress.
Hello, Raghav. I have a very important question because just now I heard BRS party spokesperson saying that, referring to some photograph. But we have some questions. Well, the entire Telangana, not only Telangana, since it is being claimed as one of the biggest and the fastest project, irrigation project, lift irrigation project, built within 2 years or 3 years, whatever it may be. But the question is Kaleshwaram pumps drawing a single drop of water from this Medigata barrage? Why the gates are all left open now? Why it has witnessed sinking of pillars? Why there is a development of cracks? Why there is a stoppage of accessibility? Why the commuters are not, led to, there is no free accessibility from Telangana to Maharashtra now? Why? So there are so many questions why it has been come up with a barricades and people are not led to visit that. Earlier, the very same BRS party boasted about themselves saying that, it is one of the finest tourism spot that people should come from all over the world, visit Kaleshwaram, see the progress of Telangana, see our knowledge, see our talent, see our development. Why there is no accessibility now? The biggest question is this, and the main thing is that this is the source of water. Medigata itself is the primary source of water from where the water is being drawn from the banks of Godavari. Since there is a cracks developed there, all the gates are left open. Now there is no water is being stopped and no single drop of water is being pumped through these pumps. So what is the purpose of pumping lift irrigation project when there is no lifting of water? The entire project went useless now. So this is why Congress party is saying that, when this BRS party has boasted about building a world-class project and not drawing a single drop is nothing but a corruption project, right?
Okay,
Let me
Uma
respond.
Sudhir,
Let me
you've heard
respond,
both
rather.
sides of the debate. I will get you to respond, sir. But just let me get Uma Sudhir to weigh in here before we get to your response. Uma.
It's a fact that KCR claims this as his pride, but it does matter that he has in fact put Telangana into generations of debt, and they are going to be paying through their nose. And perhaps it is the campaign of the Congress, if it is able to catch the imagination of the people of Telangana, then the BRS is certainly in trouble, because unlike 2018, when Rahul Gandhi was talking about Rafael and other things which perhaps did not resonate well with the people, this time he's talking about safety of the people. He's also talking about huge amount of public money that's been allegedly looted by the KCR family, and he says that he's going to put money in people's pockets. So if one is about the facts of the case and second is about the perception before elections, and since we are in election mode, I must say it is that perception when it is gaining ground that the BRS in many senses is going to be in trouble. Let me ask Mr. Vishnu this question. While you're claiming that water has come from the project, and your government repeatedly says that productivity has been very high in Telangana, but it's also a fact that the last 4 years the rains were very good, because of which the productivity was very high. And this time, when we are not having as good rains, things are going to be very different. And as Ram Mohan pointed out, things are not looking so good on the ground right now.
Don't just come to Telangana. Rains happen all across the country. And if you look at the production of paddy procurement that has happened in the last nine and a half years, Telangana region used to procure only 67 lakh metric tons of paddy. Today, due to Kaleshwarm project, the paddy procurement has gone up to 3.5 crore metric tons. There is no magic wand where the chief minister has showed that the paddy procurement has gone up. I'm also talking about the area of cultivation. When Telangana was formed, it was only 40 lakh acres, but today it's 1.31 crore acres of land that came into cultivation. And let me remind Uma, Sudhir, and the Congress spokesperson that it's not just the Telangana government. The Central Water Commission has visited the project, and it has turned the project as an engineering marvel. I'm quoting it, they called it an engineering marvel. The secretary of the 15th Finance Commission, Mr. Arvind Mehta, has visited the project himself, and he said this is a role model project and other states should learn from this. These are all out there in the public domain. Anyone can go and search. Mr. Nitin Gadkari, a union minister, he came to Telangana and he gave a speech, and he said that he was very happy that Hyderabad could secure drinking water needs because of a project like Kaleshwaram. So what we are hearing and
Mr.
what we are
Vishnu, let's
seeing,
accept
the
that what
facts.
you're saying is true. But what I'm saying is that during
True.
election time, the narrative matters, and the Congress seems to be able to control the narrative at this point of time in the run-up to the Telangana elections. They are able to capture the narrative, and you're having to be put on the defensive.
They are not able to convince people, so they are trying to confuse people. All their 5 guarantees have failed, and the people of Telangana are watching what's happening in Karnataka. The political instability, the failure of all the 5 guarantees, the dire electricity crisis, everything is out there for us to see. So losing out of steam, they have no other option but to indulge in mudslinging on the BRS government. So what we are trying to say here is the Kaleshwaram project is the pride of Telangana, is the pride of our farmers. We enabled the farmers in giving out the electricity and power, but they gave their blood, sweat, and everything in cultivating the land, in tilting the land.
Okay,
And today we are producing gold.
my
And
final
and the
question to
Food
you, sir.
Corporation
Sorry
of
to
India has
interrupt you.
said Telangana emerged as the rice bowl of India. It is the granary of India, which is a fact, which we are able to proudly say, and we are able to supply rice to other states during the COVID time because of
No,
projects like Kaleshwaram.
points taken, sir. I have one final question to you. Unfortunately, we can't have the BJP spokesperson here, but is this the election where the BRS since 2014 is really facing the heat? Is there a sense of nervousness in the BRS? Quick question, and has the battle become a BRS Congress battle in Karnataka with the BJP as a distant third? The BRS's response very quickly before I go to the Congress.
Since 2018, the last time when BRS party formed the government, Congress has lost its deposit in all the elections, whether it's local bodies, whether it's by polls, whether it's municipalities, whether it's Panchayat Raj. It has lost its deposit in all the polls. So just coming now right before elections, showing the flop Congress Karnataka model and saying that we are coming to power
Okay.
is a farce. And the people of Telangana are
Last
seeing
10
what's
seconds,
happening in
Ram Mohan
Karnataka,
Reddy.
and
Last
that will
10
not work
seconds.
for the Congress party.
Quick
See,
response,
without
10
answering to
seconds,
the
Ram Mohan Reddy.
questions, without answering to the questions raised by Congress party, jumping to some other topic like paddy procurement itself exposes that what's the pathetic situation of
Okay.
BRS party today on ground. See, when I asked about the irrigation project
All right.
corruption and I asked about why it has
So
opened the
you are
gates
not
and
the
not
engineer.
accessing,
The
it has
National
not
Dam
made for
Safety Authority
accessibility.
officials have
They are jumping
visited
to
the
the paddy
barrage.
procurement, but
They
I
have
have
seeked
answer
the
for that. But
information,
I have
and the
answer for
government
that.
of Telangana has
Paddy,
provided all the information that the
the output
There
of
is
National
paddy
still
Dam
has dropped
time
Safety
because
till
of
the
Authority has
10
30th
lakh
of
borewells
It is
have
November
been,
not for
for the,
Ram Mohan
sorry, the
Reddy
10
or
lakh
Rahul
28th of
Gandhi
borewells.
or
November
Rammohan
for the
Reddy
two of
to
you to
go
engage
and
in this
seek
battle.
information.
30th of November, Telangana votes. Uma Sudhir will be observing this battle very closely there in Telangana. Thank you too for joining us.